Welcome everybody, David Gonzalez here with the Internet Marketing Party and the one and only Ryan Moran. How you doing, Ryan?
Doing good. Thanks for having me, David.
Thank you for being here. So I always say I'm really excited to present my guest speakers for the party, and I always have a specific reason. I mean, obviously, if I wasn't excited, then what would be the point in, it's like, I'm going to bring you this guy. He's okay. So, the reason that I'd like to talk for just a minute about why I'm so excited about having well, me and Katie, the cat back there, are so excited about having Ryan as your guest speaker at the next Internet Marketing Party. I met Ryan through Perry and Ryan's War Room Mastermind, where they pay like 20 grand to be part of this mastermind, and through another friend of mine named Anthony Trister, who's like I just kept hearing buzzing about this kid, Ryan Moran, who's like the youngest guy in the mastermind. There's 50,
make me blush.
There are 50 and 60-year-old guys in this mastermind, and they're all making tens and 20s of millions of dollars. Not one of the guys sold this company for like 80 or 90 million or something, and
yep.
There's like all these brilliant business minds in there, and I keep hearing about this Ryan Moran, and
he's the punk kid in the group.
He's the punk kid in the group who everybody like shuts up when he starts to talk. Not because he's a kid, but because they're like, what's he got to say? So my favorite thing in the whole world, next to being with my family, is to be around smart people. So I've told you that how many times, Ryan?
At least 1,000.
No,
at least.
No, we haven't hung out that many times, but usually I think I've told you that at least 8 or 9 times. But I really enjoy your company, and I love promoting people that are out to do good stuff. It's very important to note that Ryan is a vegan. Not really, but anyway. People are going to be like, get to the point. So if you haven't read the RSVP page about Ryan, what he's going to be talking about at the party is, well, 99% of the population doesn't know what to do with websites right now. So they could be sitting on a website that with a couple of tweaks would make 10 times the amount of money that they are currently making to sell or even to keep. So it doesn't matter if you're a newbie who doesn't even know what HTML is, or if you're a multimillionaire online guru.
HTML means Hotmail, right?
Exactly. So,
hey, can I mention something, David? I actually am always hesitant to call it the digital real estate bubble, because I buy up websites so dang cheap. They're really, when you're on the buying side, there really is no. Like you mentioned that you can do a couple of little tweaks in order to really boost the value, and yet you evaluate websites based on. You're looking at me goofy.
No, because I think I know where you're going.
Well,
you don't even have to make any tweaks.
Right, yeah. So what you can buy websites dirt cheap, because there's really no bubble in the digital world, and then you can fix up these couple of things that can boost the value an incredible amount, and then. You can do what I do, which is usually sit on the income, or you can flip them for lump sum paydays fairly quickly through a variety of different methods. So I'm always hesitant to call it a bubble, because I'm buying websites so darn cheap. It's like the bubble hasn't hit yet, and I'm kind of, when it does, I can only imagine. That's not to say that websites can't sell for a tremendous amount of money. They can. It's just using a couple of like underground places to buy websites, you can get them dirt cheap. And when I say dirt cheap, I mean as little as 6 times the monthly profit. In fact, I was helping someone just today, it was the email. He was looking to sell some of his sites, and I was looking at them, and I was like, I just got to let you know, the way that these are positioned right now, you're probably only going to get 8 to 10 times the monthly profit. And he said, I'd be stoked to get 8 to 10 times the monthly profit. And I was like, well, then sell me your website, dude.
Wow.
So as little as 6 times the monthly profit is what you can buy websites for. And you can't get that in real estate or stocks. I looked at a house this week. And it's going to take several years to get that investment back. With a website, you're looking at months, assuming you don't change anything to the website. If you make a couple of changes to the website to boost the value, like for example, our buddy Kevin Wilkie, We did.
Who's also spoken on the Internet Marketing Party stage.
Yeah, we actually did a little case study together, and he told me about one of the sites that he bought, and the website came with a list, and so he bought it for 5 figures, but he did one promotion to the list and promoted one product and paid for the entire investment within the 2-week promotion that he did. Wow. And then that website went on to make 5 figures a month forever, and that was all profit. So assuming you don't change anything to the website, you're looking at 6 to 12 times monthly profit to get in. Change a couple of things, make your money back, and now the rest is gravy.
Another Internet Marketing Party speaker and now New York Times best-selling author, Mark Ostrowski. That's your tip of the hat to you, Mark. One of his I think it's a trademark saying that he has now is learn more, earn more. So the more you know, the more competitive advantage you have over all your competition. And I love the way Warren Buffett said it. He said the trick to business is imagine everybody's at a parade and everybody's the exact same height. And so you're behind 4 or 5 people and there's 4 or 5 people behind you. So the trick to business is to getting on your tippy toes just enough that you have a better view of the parade than everybody else. But if you get too high up, then everybody else tippy toes and you lose your competitive advantage. So I've always thought that was cool, and it dovetails back into site flipping because if you know what you're doing even just a little bit more than everybody else, man.
It's really not hard. I mean, I don't think it's hard at all.
So I have a couple questions.
Sure.
For the newbies out there, because I know there's at least 3 newbies listening. Maybe 4. What is the least you can buy a website for, realistically?
I once bought a website that had a completed product that had been selling for several years. It was in the increase your vertical leap market for basketball players and figure skaters.
Yep.
It had a completed sales page that had been tested over several years.
Right.
It had a 10-year-old domain. It had a list of 19,000 people on it, 19,000 people who said that they wanted more information about this product. And I had search engine rankings all over the place. I bought that website for $750.
So, how long ago was this?
This was 2009.
Okay, all right. So, for the because there's always your naysayers that are going, yeah, well, that was 3 years ago. 2 years ago. Math isn't my strong suit. It's 2011 in case you're watching this later. So, what realistically, today, July the 2nd, 2011.
It hasn't changed.
Really?
It hasn't changed at all. Yeah, I mean, that was before I knew stuff that I know now about.
So let me just ask you point blank. You're telling me that it's very realistic. I just want to talk to people because right now, man, I know for a fact that there's people out there that are dead freaking broke. They're looking to the internet marketing space that maybe they're going to make an extra $100 a month would help them. So if they need to make an extra $100, I mean, there's obviously people right now that could spend $300,000 on a website listening. I just want to speak to both people. First, let's start with the noobs. You multimillionaires, we'll talk to you in a minute. But is it feasible right now that if somebody could put together $300, they can get in this game? Or
yes,
is that a little
too? You're going to be looking at a site that makes $50 to $100 a month.
But still, man, I mean, $300, that means they're going to make their money back within 4 months.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Okay. I just want to establish the realistic, for real guidelines. No marketing, just for real. This is, as my friend John Benson likes to say, mano a mano,
Yeah, your best bet there is going to be browsing marketplaces for high traffic websites that aren't making any money and buying them and throwing up some AdSense.
Okay. Yeah, well, don't give the secrets yet, dude.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's all right. I just want to know. I just want to entice people. That's the purpose of this call, to come and get more of the details at your actual talk.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Now, so that is possible. You could go out and buy. What's the least you should spend to get like $500?
I always say 1,000. I always just to keep a nice buffer. If you don't have $1,000 to spend on a website, then you're probably only going to be buying flash in the pan type website. So I always say be prepared to spend at least $1,000.
So that one that you got for $750, that's not the kind of thing you find every day, but
it was definitely a very good deal. I was thrilled to have it. It's not to say that they're not commonplace, but there was one of the better deals that I found.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. Oh, and by the way, are you cool with me putting up a .com and then having it being an affiliate and redirecting to your membership site?
Sure, dude. That's cool.
Cool. All right. So then by the time people watch this video, I should have, and that'll take people to your website.
Cool.
All right. And if you want, if that's not cool, we can edit this part out later. You're like, well, dude, you got me on the spot. Was I gonna be like, sound like a douche and be like, nah, man, that's not cool.
I'll find a way to forgive you.
No, really, we can edit this part out. People are gonna be like, man, this is the most like real video I've ever watched. So anyway, now let's talk to the if somebody could drop like 50, let's say $10,000, $20,000 to $50,000 on a website without like losing a whole lot of sleep about it. Just like right now, it might pain the newbies or the people that are broke out there to hear this, but right now there are people that can write a $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 check without it, like, and they go to sleep at like a baby that night.
Most I've ever bought a website for is $30,000.
30,000. Okay, yeah. Right. Talk a little bit to the people that have a nice bank account that, you know, like that maybe even have a couple of performing websites that are making them $1 million or $2 million a year. What can you say to those people about why they should come listen?
The reason that they should come listen is because you have a couple of places where you can put your money. You can put it in real estate, you can put it in stocks, but you probably don't want to be a landlord, and you probably don't want to wait 10 years to get your money. And in stocks, you don't want to settle for 5% dividends and face the downside risk that you face in the stock market. You want to stick to what you already know, and that's cash-producing websites. What people don't understand is that cash-producing websites are assets just like anything else. The only thing different is that the ROI is much, much higher than it is in offline investments or real estate or anything else. And the value add potential is almost immediate. So if terms like SEO, AdWords, and affiliate programs don't scare you, then you're already at a competitive advantage compared to the people who are probably already making money with these websites. So you can step in with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, buy up a website that's making a few $1,000s a month, get your outsourcing team in place to make a few changes to the SEO or to the list or to the upsell process of the website, and immediately double its profit, and now you have an incredibly valuable asset sitting on your books. Well, I say, why would you build something from scratch when you can buy something that's already proven in making money and just apply a few simple tweaks to make it even more profitable? I mean, people ask me like all the time, like I don't pander. I don't mean this in any sort of a negative sense at all, but I don't pander my product or my strategy to people who are broke. I never felt good about that. Right. But there are people who ask me seriously, how fast can I start seeing money if I'm buying a website? And I say, well, if you buy a website that's already making money, instantly. I mean, you go from zero to buying something that's already making money. Now you're making money online. So it is instant gratification in that regard, where you can buy up websites that are making money and you're just putting assets in your books. You're putting assets on your bottom line.
So I promised you we would only take a few minutes doing this, so I want to start ramping down. So would you be okay with providing some sort of narrative to anybody that comes to the party, in like maybe the form of a PDF cheat sheet along with a couple of other like quick and dirty little punchy things?
Dang it, David! You're gonna make me give away one of my best secrets, aren't you?
Oh, dude, I mean,
no. Here, I'm gonna make you a deal. All right.
What?
I will write up what I consider my magic words for buying for basically negotiating way down at the front end of a deal. It's the opening thing you need to say when you're buying a website that will immediately save you a ton of money when you're buying the site. In fact, You mentioned Ryan and Perry at the beginning of this call. We have, that Wicked Smart contest. Are you familiar with that? Where we're all sitting around and give our best tip. I won it with this tip, with this opening line that I use. It's very, very effective for driving down the price. It will subconsciously get the person to want to take less money for their website. And it's what I open with every single time when I'm buying a website. Every time. So I'll include that in a PDF that we'll give out at the IMParty.
And by the way, only people that come to the party will get that PDF. Like, that's not something that we're going to give everybody. You have to come to the party, or we'll figure something out if anybody's watching this video that can't make it to the party. Maybe they got to do something like tweet out the Ryan Moran rules.
Give me a hug.
Something. The thing that endeared me about you, Ryan, and I just want to share this for a second, is beyond the fact that I had a lot of context clues that told me you were really smart, is I started doing some research on you. What most people don't know is they say, oh, Dave, you're the best networker ever and whatnot. Most people don't realize that there's a little bit of work that goes behind me being a good networker. I actually research people, not in a weird stalker.
I'm nervous where this is going.
Not in a weird stalker kind of way, but I just look up their blog. I look up their backlinks. I look up stuff around them, and I stumbled upon one of your blogs, which is called "Why I Am Not Flashy." And so I encourage anyone watching this video right now to go to ryanmoran.com /.
It's actually ryanmoran.org. I couldn't get the .com. I know. Isn't that pathetic? I'm ryanmoran.org. .org. It's terrible.
You should have got
ryanmoran.org. I've been trying to get the .com for years.
You should have gotten. Hey, that little magic line won't work on the other Ryan Moran.
Yeah, right.
It's like you know why? Because you've got to send it from some other name like Tom Stanislaw, and you can't say from Ryan Moran.
Yeah, well.
Is the other Ryan
ryanmoran.org.
So ryanmoran.org / okay, there's going to be dashes between everything I say. So why I am not flashy / So it's ryanmoran.org why I am not flashy.
Or you can probably just search for Ryan Moran, why I am not so flashy.
See, I told you this guy's smart, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of interesting feedback on that blog post. The backstory there, somebody accused me of being a liar because I live very conservatively. In fact, I opened up an offline business as well. I'm an investor, online and offline. But somebody was looking at my financials of this offline business, and they said, "You have that much in the bank, and you drive that car." And so I kind of get that a lot. So I wrote a blog post in response to why I am not flashy.
It's really, really. I mean, seriously, when I read that, I seriously felt somewhat emotional. So it was, I'm not kidding. I know we've been the Internet Marketing Party is all about having fun and being irreverent and crazy, and and having fun while making money. And man, at the end of the day, we all have families and we all have things that really matter to us at the core. And that really spoke to me, and I believe that people who go read that will want to support you as well. So, cheers, man.
Thanks, David.
Anything?
Can't wait to see you.
Any parting words before we close off?
I don't do a lot of public speaking, but I really enjoy it when I do. And just a heads up, I do have courses on this stuff, but when I speak in public, especially for friends like David, I don't hold back anything at all. So, the rule at IMP, there's no pitching, and you have to have 10 times the value, and I intend to give 50. So, I think it'll be really, really fun.
All right, dude. Man, I can't tell you how excited I am. I have for those of you watching at home, I have a very impressive roster of people that I can call on to speak on the stage, many of whom are household names in the internet marketing space. Some of whom actually reach out to me and say, "Hey, can I speak on your stage?" and whatnot. I like to invite people to speak on my stage. It's not about who asks me to speak; it's who I ask, who I invite. And my criteria for who I ask to speak on stage is people who are genuinely smart, people who are engaging and entertaining because they're passionate about what they do, and people who I believe have a good heart and aren't just in it for themselves, but they want to give back and really make a difference in the world. And that's the gentleman you're watching on the screen right now. So I'm looking forward to this, man. It's going to be fun. And leave some comments below on whether you're watching this on YouTube or on the blog or wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Facebook. Leave comments below or over there, and spread the word. We already have people flying in from around the country. I think we might even have. We have a guy. Yeah, you're flying in from. I always forget where you live because you live in like Detroit, close to Detroit, right?
Detroit.
At one point,
dude, I'm in Cleveland. We pride ourselves on the one city being like. At least we have Detroit.
Can we edit?
We have Detroit.
Can we edit this part
out?
out?
For being Detroit when that's the one city that we're thankful for because they're worse than us.
But weren't you going there at some point? You were like close to there or something?
Oh, I went canoeing there last weekend. Did we talk last weekend?
No. Yeah, I think you had a girlfriend there or something that you were.
I was on a date canoeing there last weekend.
I don't know, dude. Forgive me. I'm like a typical American. With my geography. So you're in Cleveland?
I'm in Cleveland, yes.
All right.
Actually, if I were to turn my camera and you'd look out this window back here. Downtown is right there. We're actually looking at the lake back here. So.
All right. Let me see. There was something else I was gonna say. I think we have somebody coming in from Canada.
Oh,
and it's not Anthony Trister because it's always Anthony. Like, yeah, we got some guy from Canada. Like, no,
it's an international party.
But cool, man. Man,
I can't wait to see him, man. Can't wait to share some good stuff.
All right, good stuff. Well, party on, Wayne.
All right. See you, man. Talk to you soon.
See ya. Bye. How do I turn this thing off?